let's start making the bunny ears. So you want to use white chocolate, place it in a plain piping bag, and melt it in your microwave for about 10 to 20-second bursts. And print out a bunny ear shape, or you can draw it yourself as well. Place over a parchment paper and trace over with your melted white chocolate. After this, you want to make sure to pour over your tiny, super tiny white sprinkles before your chocolate starts to harden up. You can also press a little bit just to make sure they all adhere properly. Or maybe you can use a desiccated coconut, anything white that will make it fluffy. Tap over all the excess sprinkles and then melt a colored pink, or if you've got candy melts, you can use that as well. But this one, we only use a white chocolate and tinted with pink with a hint of orange. And we use just a normal food coloring paste to tint the white chocolate. You can use a toothpick to even out the surface. And just make sure to do this quickly before it hardens up. Leave it for about a few minutes, I'd say about 10-20 minutes. It should harden up quickly, and by this time you can already peel it off from the parchment paper. Just tap off any excess sprinkles. Now you might think that this rose looks a little bigger than the one on the cupcake. Well, you're right, because this one was from the floral Easter egg cake tutorial that we did, but we wanted to show you on the bigger scale so that it's easier to understand. We used Wilton Tip 103 to pipe the tiny roses. Pipe arch-shaped petal around your base or around your center, and they should be slightly overlapping. Repeat the same process until you reach the size of the rose that you like. Cover your cupcakes with just a plain buttercream, and for this one we didn't use any piping tip, just your piping bag. Simply snip off the tip and just cover it with a simple frosting. We used Wilton Tip 74 to pipe some frills onto the edge of the cupcakes. This will look cute like tiny leaves. I know Wilton Tip 74 could be hard to find, so if you don't have this, 1M or 2D, any star tip would do. And just make sure to put a little bit of pressure when attaching them, especially those onto the top, so they don't fall off. You can then repeat the same process and position all your roses. And just make sure to put a little bit of pressure when attaching them, especially those onto the top, so they don't fall off. Alternate the colors to light and dark, or however you wish, to make it beautiful. We use Wilton Tip 81 to pipe the chrysanthemums. Start with the base, and with the curved side of the piping tip down or touching your surface, continuously squeeze your piping bag and pull away. You want to make sure that each of the petals have the same length, and depending on the size of your flower, you can layer the petals. For this one, we started off with just 3 layers of petals. Carry on and pipe all the chrysanthemums on the rest of your cupcakes, but just make sure to leave a space for the other flowers. And for the last flower, we're going to pipe small sunflowers using Wilton 352 piping tip. Now this tip looks like a V shape, so when you pipe using this, make sure that one of the tip is touching your surface of the cupcake, squeeze piping bag and pull away. Now because we have a very small cupcake, we only used 1 layer of petals just so we don't put too much buttercream in it. Carry on with the rest of the cupcakes, and at this point you want to make sure that all the gaps have been covered. for my favorite part, we can now add the leaves. So using the same piping tip as the sunflower, which is 352 piping tip, squeeze in some leaves onto those tiny gaps in between the flowers. Use brown tinted buttercream on a plain piping bag and pipe the centers of the sunflowers. Fill the center first before piping all the dots. And for the centers of chrysanthemum, pipes and spikes, we're using a yellow tinted buttercream on a plain piping bag. And you can now place your cute little bunny ears in between those tiny flowers. Some of them will get squashed, but don't worry, that's pretty normal. And ta-da! Look how cute those floral Easter bunny cupcakes are. So we hope you like this tutorial. Now you can definitely change the colors and the flowers however you like. You can go pastel or more vibrant, whatever it is, and it would be perfect for your Easter celebration. We hope that you like it, and please don't forget to like and subscribe. See you guys on the next video. Bye!